Hey, welcome back. It's great to see you. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Erica and I'm coming to you from Crushed. This week we're going to talk about the adults only Barcelo resort down in Riviera Maya. First, I want to do a recap of the room that we stayed in, and then I want to look at the entire facility and then show you what dining was offered. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. I'm really glad that you could make it back. So don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, maybe even click that bell so that you know when that next video is coming out. So to recap the room that we stayed in, right whenever you walk in, on the left-hand side, there is a closet with a safe and plenty of room for you and your family to hang your belongings in after you walk into the room. And then on the right-hand side, there's a separated toilet with its own door to close for privacy, dual sink vanity, and also a giant rainfall shower. After passing the bathroom and the closet area, on the left-hand side, you'll see plenty of counter space for you to put your luggage or any other items that you want to leave on the counter. On the right-hand side, you'll see the 2 nightstands and the bed. This is definitely a bigger bed than just a king. You also have a couch and that bar area like I showed you before. Out on the balcony, there's a jacuzzi and plenty of room for you to move around. You can also see the breathtaking views. Go ahead and take that in real quick. If you've stayed at the Barcelo Resort before and you stayed in these rooms, you have any other tips or any other extra information, please go ahead and put that in the comments below and share with the community. So over on the left-hand side of the resort, this is where your bigger, a little bit more expensive presidential suites, they have a little bit closer view of the ocean and they're closer to the beach, but they are definitely a further walk to go eat and any of the other main common areas. So that's something you can definitely take into consideration. If you want to splurge and get one of those presidential suites, it is going to be a little bit further. Moving past that pool that we looked at with the aqua therapy in the last video, you can see a bar area. Now, when we went down there, the specific bar wasn't open. And the reason why this bar wasn't open, the overall resort decreased the amount of people. So when they did that, they went ahead and decreased the amount of facilities that they were gonna have open or amenities, just to kind of put their staff in more focal areas. So moving past this specific bar area, you can see the common central part of the resort. On the opposite side, there's also another beach bar. You've got swim up on both sides, and they also do water aerobics over on this side of the pool, and they also do like afternoon activities. But this bar area is open. The most important thing to know about this bar is this is where you get your towels. That way you don't have to bring the towels from your room down to the pool. They give you one. And then if you're headed to the beach, also you can just pick up your towels here and then also just drop them off at the same location whenever you're finished with them. On the other side of this little bar, you'll see like clamshell seating area. It really looks like there's 3 giant places for you to sit. So before you go up the steps from the pool area, down below the lobby is the main cafeteria. And down here is where they serve breakfast and lunch, and then your dinner options are going to be the specialty restaurants. So in here, whenever you walk into the main cafeteria, they check your temperature, typically on the wrist, and then there's a hand sanitizer machine. There's hand sanitizer machines everywhere in every entry that you go to. But your temperature is checked every time you come into the cafeteria before they even start serving you. And as you can see, there's like a warm area and that gives you different options. And the really cool thing is the different items that they would be serving, whether it was breakfast or lunch, they would label the outside of the glass and it would be in Spanish and English. So if you wanted to try your Spanish, there are different employees walking around and helping you pick whatever you need. Like 90% of the offerings are all covered and you really don't have a way of picking things yourself. The items that you do see, whether it's the gluten-free bar or whether it's like the bread area or dessert area where you actually can go ahead and pick it yourself, there are different employees that are standing around to serve you. If you do end up going to this resort and they're still using the different COVID measures, just point at what you want and the servers are happy to get you what you need. The employees are constantly making eye contact with all the customers to really help you out, so it doesn't feel like it takes a whole lot more time to be served this way than it would be like a self-serve. And honestly, I would imagine that the cruise lines are probably going to go to more of a concept similar to this. So moving up the steps from the pool and beach area, You can see it opens up to a beautiful reflection pool. I never really saw anybody wading in this pool, but that doesn't mean you can't. I guess you can until somebody says not to. The one time that I did, it was just an individual that they pulled their pants up and they just kind of dipped their toes in it. So this is the bar area that is open only certain hours. You can also see the giant TVs that they have on both sides. Some of the nights they'll play music videos on here, or they'll do different concerts. Right here in this main lobby area, you have plenty of seating. There's a great breezeway. You also have that check-in table, and don't forget the gift shop. You can stop down here and you can get some snacks, and you can also get some different gifts or memorabilia, tchotchke type items. But over on the left-hand side, once you walk up the stairs and you go past the seating area, on the left-hand side is where people that are in that premium level, this is where they get checked in. This is their concierge, and also they have little snacks and drinks. They can help you book any of your dining and can answer any questions that you might have about the facilities and what things are offered. One of the really cool things about the adults only resort, they have a convention area. It was pretty neat. So once you get through the lobby area and you hang a left, you're gonna see giant doors that are for the convention center. It looked like a convention for destination wedding planners, and it looked really neat. So I went ahead and walked in here. I didn't do a whole lot of video, but here's a couple pictures. Just walking in and seeing just like how huge this convention center is. So after walking past the convention area, you start getting into the different dining areas. There was a French restaurant, an Italian restaurant, Japanese, and Mexican. We ate at each of the restaurants. The Mexican restaurant comes with a basic restaurant and then also a taco bar. Due to COVID, they also rotated restaurants. Only 2 restaurants would be open each night. So I want to start off with the French restaurant. So I had the lobster thermidor, and then for dessert I had creme brulee. If I were to compare it to cruise line food is much, much better. I want to be completely honest with you so that you know what the food is like whenever you get there. And this is just coming from me. This is my personal opinion. If you've gone to these restaurants and you had a different experience, please go ahead and add a comment below and let the community know that maybe you had a little bit different experience. We didn't eat in the French restaurant twice because we didn't have a great experience with the food. The servers were all very nice and very courteous, but the food was not great. The lobster thermidor itself was overcooked, and then the creme brulee ended up being undercooked. In the Japanese restaurant, it was pretty good. A little more salty than I would have liked, but it wasn't bad. And now the Italian restaurant. We ate there twice. First time I got a pizza. It was supposed to be the margherita pizza. This specific pizza did not come with basil, and I was a little thrown off. The second time we ate in the restaurant, I ended up having the seafood spaghetti. For me, it was a little bland. My friend had the chicken and she said it was really good. I definitely don't want you to think that I'm super picky. Those 3 restaurants just had like very little flavor. It just wasn't my favorite. Okay, now the reason why I haven't talked about the Mexican restaurant yet, because that was my favorite. So the first night that we were there, we ate at the Mexican restaurant. My husband had a steak. I had some of their soup, and it was really yummy. Oof, like really good. That's why we ended up eating there a second time. But the second time that we ate at the Mexican restaurant was for the taco night. Oh my God. Honestly, we should have eaten at the taco place the first chance that we had. That was spectacular. Their tacos are amazing. Adam did combination tacos. It was like al pastor and carne asada, and then I think carnitas. I think it was all 3 put together, and he said that they were freaking awesome. For me, I had shrimp tacos. So these are just your little street tacos. Delicious shrimp. I promise you, I'm not completely picky. I just really want to be honest. It was just a little bland in those other restaurants, but by far, the Mexican restaurant was awesome. So if I could eat there every night, I would. If I could have street tacos for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I would do it. One of the other things that they offered in the Mexican restaurant was this specialty coffee. Here's me drinking one of their house espressos, but I want to show you in this video, they are lighting this liquor that's for the coffee on fire. And if you can see in the back, you might not be able to see it completely. I'll try to zoom in as best as I can. but the server is rotating the alcohol that's on fire from one cup to another. He just keeps pouring it back and forth, and then you can see his arm is stretching, and as he's stretching, that alcohol is still all on fire, and he just keeps doing that back and forth. That was really cool. The chef said that was a trained specialty. And I hope you can make it back next week. We're gonna talk about the Barcelo gym, the spa, tequila, and also go swimming with the turtles. But I know right now during COVID, it's a little bit harder to travel. Don't forget to love that life that you're in. Get out there, try something new, try a new cuisine, do some sightseeing around your local area, and just get out there and crush it.